Hey people, it's Johnny here. I'm making a video today just to kind of correlate real life stuff that you can take the metaphor for business as well. When you're working on something, say an online project, it's sort of working on a house or working on a vehicle. I was a former mechanic, so I kind of take that experience. Former mechanic, construction worker, big machine operator. So when I came on the line, I already had a great work ethic. It wasn't one of them ones that I borrowed from somebody else, or you know what I mean. I had to, it's trial by error. And if you don't know how to lose, then you'll never know how to win. And this video is just for everybody. Now I got a problem with, say my Jeep. See the hood's up? If I didn't know about that stuff, if I didn't do my research and my homework on mechanics and how mechanics work, I'd never be able to fix that Jeep. Okay, so today I'm going to tackle that. I also got a problem with my Jag. Okay, my Jaguar needs parts put on. So the first thing I do is I figure out what the problem is. Okay, that's the same way in marketing. Figure out what the problem is. You go and buy the parts, okay, that you're going to need in order to fix the problem. So this can be in, it could be, adapted in many ways, especially in business, what you do in the physical sense. Okay, so, what I do in businesses is I take these broken down, compensation plans, and I figure out what the best benefit is, what I'm going to need, the tools I'm going to need, the parts that I'm going to need, and I just go ahead and take a wrench and put them all together. Now, as you can see, I got big boy toys that I go rough around, roundhouse on. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I do these things for fun now because I don't have to do them for a living because I work online. As you can see, my garage is, cram-packed with all the frickin' tools that I'll ever need for any kind of job that I take in the whole industry. You know what I mean? In this whole industry, I got motor lifts and, fans when it's hot and woodworking tools and snow blowers for the winter. I'm prepared. I'm quite prepared. Okay. Now, what happens is, everything that I own, usually most of the stuff runs on gas. And as you can see, I'm well equipped. I have these tools. I have tools, dirt bikes, dune buggies for my son. Big bikes, big boy toys, you name it, it's here, okay? These are the tools. So I already knew that in mechanics, in my hobby, I have to have tools to fix things, okay? And that's one thing that even in marketing, it applies to everyday life. When you go grocery shopping, you need a tool to carry, your groceries around, around the actual grocery store. So in everyday life, you know what I mean? Everyday life, you're going to need tools. You're going to need the tools and the training, okay? Now, if I didn't have the tools, I couldn't fix none of this stuff. If I didn't have the training, I definitely couldn't fix none of this stuff. I'd be on my own. And guess what? I would probably still be able to do something because then I just kick in on my instincts and my drive. So same thing with marketing. When you're doing things and you want to obtain things and you want, these big boy toys that people got, living in a $1.2 million house, 4 acres of land, you don't see the neighbors unless you want to see them. These are the tools of my trade. I took this thing serious. Now, some people have a problem with that. Some people don't know the first thing about what they're doing. They'll open the hood and they'll say, "Oh man, I don't know how the heck to do this." You know what I mean? Or what to expect from this thing. You know what I mean? They don't have the tools. They don't have the right mindset. They don't have the right drive. But if you have all that, you can open up the hood of any program, any marketing niche, anything, get the tools, get the experience necessary, and you could build off of things, and you could fix broken things. I'm saying, I've been in compensation plans, my whole life that was broke down. They never really made sense. I take a broken compensation plan, I figure out what the problem is, and I try to fix that. If I can fix it, then we make money off of it. It's real easy. Marketing is just like everyday life. You're going to do something in everyday life. It's going to require you to have a tool box, okay, and the parts to fix it. So if something isn't working for you, you got to find out what you need to grab out of your toolbox, and you got to find out where the parts are to fix it. You understand? It's in everyday life, people. It's not really a hard thing to come into this industry and make miracles happen. They happen every day. This is not, listen, I see a millionaire born every year. There's a millionaire that is born every year. And, it was just my time. I put in a lot of years to become and to get, where I'm at today. And is it going to take time, work? Yes. Is it going to take knowledge? Yes. Are you going to make $1 million? I don't know. You could be that guy that just goes out there and gets all your toolboxes together, gets all your wrenches, all your turny things, grabs the part, do some research on what the heck it is that's wrong with your vehicle of choice, and you're going to go ahead and put the time and effort into learning how to do it, turning the wrenches, tightening up all the bolts, and guess what happens? You got a well-oiled, well-running machine. And this machine can take you probably anywhere you want to go. Listen, this video serves no real purpose, but just to tell you that in life in general, everything is basically the same, it's just with something different. Now, I've seen people that have, a background of being inner city kids coming in here online. They're used to doing bad, evil things, and they create something of themselves. They're six-figure earners that you would never expect to have criminal records. Some of the best marketers just change the product. They take the street product and they put it online. You understand? They change the product, and something that was illegal last month is perfectly legal now, and they're making the same amount of money. They're making, even more money, and they're creating their dreams on a legal basis. That's what I'm saying. So if, people that didn't, grow up, with a silver spoon in their mouth, if they can come online and create these things, sort of like myself, white boy in an all poverty-stricken neighborhood. You understand? I just don't understand people to say, they just want to give up all of a sudden. People just want to give up for no reason. This thing is out here to take it to where you want to take it. You could have all the big boy toys. You could have the $1 million house that there is no payments. You could have all this stuff. You could have a loyal following. You just got to know what the tools are, what the problem is, what parts you're going to need, and you got to put everything together. Listen, there's people in here that's making more money here than most of the people that I know that are working, busting their butts in a 9-to-5. And I'm not saying nothing about the 9-to-5. We need somebody to do that kind of work. And somebody's willing to accept it. You know why? Because their toolbox wasn't filled. Okay, they didn't know the problem. They couldn't figure out what part they needed, and they just quit, and they go back to these 9-to-5s. It's not necessary, people. You can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want online. You can create, big incomes here. You can create small incomes here. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But don't ever leave your house without a toolbox. Don't ever, sit there and join these businesses, just to get spillover. Don't sit there and wait for somebody to be passive. Get your toolboxes in order. Once you do that and you figure out the problem and you go to the parts store, just like I did, order the parts. I put these two in there. Guess what? This machine runs the way it's supposed to run, because I know what the problem is. I know how to fix it. I got the knowledge, and as you can see, I got the toolbox. That's all that's needed. Everyday life, everything's the same. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what your project is. If you know the problem, you know the solution, you got to get the parts, you get the tools, you put it all together. Guess what? Well-oiled machine, my friends. And that's just, that's just an opinion of mine today. I thank you for watching the video, and listen, as time goes by, you're going to see more crazy stuff. I'm going to break it down into simple English so you understand. Listen, just get into your business. Find out what you need. Find out what you're missing. Find out what parts you could put together to make this thing run. And then find out how to do it. Real easy stuff. All right, people. Thanks. Many blessings, and we'll see you soon.